But some absolutely crazy things to look at when it comes to the price of Bitcoin and therefore the cryptocurrency market. The bull run is days away, but there is a very interesting development going on. Get ready, because the price of Bitcoin after all of this time may well have been suppressed. Well, the rocket ship might be on its way to the moon with what I'm about to talk to you about in this video. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency. And with that being said, let's get into the video. So right now, everybody is on watch. We're looking at when the move happens for Bitcoin. We'll take a look at my charts in just a minute where I have that line drawn for the breakout. We did actually break that line last night, but we didn't do it with volume support. Retest didn't work, so a unconfirmed move. But lots of people predicting the start of the bull market. You can see here the green line. Shout out to Crypto Rover here with this chart, but the green line, the orange and the pink are 2013, 2017, 2021, and then where we currently sit. And you can tell 170 to 155 days is generally where we see the market move, with one exception. 2013, we actually saw a decline after the 170-day move. The rest of them, 21 and 2017, the previous bull market cycles, we saw a significant move on the back of the Bitcoin halving. Is 2024 going to play out exactly the same? Lots of people predict absolutely that we're going to see it. And that aligns perfectly to, well, thinking about when we have bad months. And this is a really interesting chart to look at. History tells us a lot. And again, we always use the sentiment, don't we? History doesn't necessarily repeat, but it does often rhyme. What we can say is in the previous 4 years, we've never had a red month of October. Even more than that, whenever we've had a red month of September, October has come in again very strong, all the way back to 2020. So if history does repeat itself, well, the reality is that we can't really lose in October. It does signify 3 months of incredibly bullish momentum, with only a couple of exceptions to note: 2021 and 2022. The rest have obviously been significant movers in the market, and I expect, and as many others do, that 2024 will form exactly the same narrative, with many things to think about: institutional investment, as well as China, Russia, ETF products, and much more. It's hard to believe that Bitcoin isn't going to skyrocket. It's hard to believe that the price of Bitcoin isn't going to go up, and the wider cryptocurrency market is absolutely not going to explode. One of the key things to be aware of right now is BlackRock. Now, for many of you that have been around on this channel for a while, you know that we kind of have the cheat code when it comes to BlackRock. We kind of understand a little bit about what their game is, and there's been something bugging me now for at least about 4 weeks, and I couldn't understand why BlackRock were not buying, why their investors weren't buying, but simply why they weren't selling. Well, we have the answer. The reality is that the BlackRock ETF has been a significant move, as have the entire ETF products, with much investment from institutions, as many more. But they have recently filed an amendment to their ETF requiring a 12-hour from withdrawals at Coinbase into the ETF products. Now, here's the crazy thing. There is an assumption by BlackRock that, well, the reality is that Coinbase may acquire paper Bitcoin or Bitcoin IOUs, ultimately saying, hey, we will get you the price, we will get you the product, which is suppressing the price of Bitcoin. Absolutely wild to think about how this is. Now, here's the crazy part. Coinbase obviously is the custodian for many of the ETF products, so have or will they deliberately have been pushing the price down? It says here, there are fears that Coinbase might acquire paper BTC or Bitcoin IOUs, which could artificially suppress the actual Bitcoin price. These concerns have been fueled by Bitcoin's stagnating price over the last few months, despite the influx of institutional investments through ETFs. Here's the reality. This is basically over-the-counter deals, where Coinbase is saying, okay, you bought this Bitcoin, fine, here is your Bitcoin. It doesn't go through the public ledger. It's kind of done through an OTC deal, therefore not actually being bought out on the open market. And this is where it becomes very interesting. Again, the reality is that there's a concern that's been going on since August. What have we seen since August? Significantly suppressed purchasing. Then you look at BlackRock, and then you understand what the iShares ETF has been doing. The last time it really bought any volume was back in August 26. Kind of crazy to think about. So then you start adding 2 and 2 together. And again, I'm absolutely just speculating here, but the reality is that BlackRock hasn't been buying and they haven't been selling either. Here's my view. BlackRock investors have been told to wait. They want to get this amendment through in terms of Coinbase. They want to make sure that their clients are best placed to maximize what BlackRock know and what we know is about to land in October, which is a big spike in the price of Bitcoin. Now, think about this. Not only are we going to go into the 3 most bullish months of the year, we potentially have this move from Coinbase, which opens up the opportunity for the public market to be purchased in Bitcoin. And then you chuck in the China, Russia, and everything else. It could be wild. Throw on top of that to really fuel the fire in election, it starts to get pretty wild. Now, again, look at this in terms of what we were talking about going all the way back from March as this just descending channel continues. This real boring move between around 53,000 and the upper range of between 68 and 70k. Now, interestingly, over the last kind of few days, we've seen this strong move on the post of the Fed reduction rate. This break line that we've been talking about sitting here around 64,485 that we're obviously keeping an eye on. Now, we did wick above that, but we didn't do it with volume. You can see the RSI divergence here did turn to the downside, but this is the negative move of 4% on the general month of September. So what do we deduce from all this? The reality is Bitcoin is about to explode. Now, I've got 2 points marked on my chart here. This is the end of the month, and this is where a lot of people predict we're going to get a significant move. Wednesday, the 9th of October. Don't forget, Monday the 7th, the XRP SEC thing is done. Check out that video coming pretty soon, but these are going to be key points. My view, where are we going to be? I think we'll be retesting this upper descending trend line back end of the month and into the first week of October with a potential breakout of 68,000 after the 64,485. And that means, in my opinion, we are then on our way up to a significant rally. 72k, break 72k, volume support. Goodbye, Vienna. We're going to be seeing 6 figures behind before the end of the year, in my opinion. But let me know what you think. Is this a big deal? Are we on the cusp of a giant breakout for Bitcoin? Let me know, as always, in the comments down below. And again, thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget the subscribe button and turn your notification bell so you're updated with our latest content, live streams, and much, much more right here on the only place you need for this cryptocurrency bull run, the 2Bit Crypto channel. As ever, thank you so much, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.